Hello, I'm Christian Carey, and today I'm excited to share my journey contributing to the DRIPS project. In this presentation, I'll take you through my experience from choosing the project to making a meaningful contribution. Let's dive in. DRIPS is a protocol and web application built on Ethereum with a focus on supporting open source software projects. Its impact lies in providing a sustainable funding mechanism for these projects. By allowing organizations and individuals to directly and publicly fund the open source software projects they rely on, DRIPS addresses a significant issue in the software development pipeline. It helps ensure the long-term viability of critical open source projects, reducing their reliance on volunteer efforts and enabling them to thrive. This socio-technical impact is essential as it supports the broader open source software development community by providing them with the funding they can use to grow in a stable way. Before we jump into the contribution, let's take a look at the DRIPS repository. Here's a quick walkthrough of the GitHub files. They have the folders, docs, scripts, source, and static. And they have other supporting files and folders. I worked in the source folder. Note that DRIPS is primarily written in Svelte and TypeScript. Now, let's get into my contribution to the DRIPS project. I found issue number 649, which involved updating the features section of DRIPS landing page. This meant making copy edits for clarity, changing the layout from 3x2 to 4x1 for the features tiled in the featured section, and removing unnecessary elements. I reached out to the original poster of issue 649, Brandon, to ask if I could contribute before I proceeded. I collaborated with Brandon and Everett to finalize the feature section design, ensuring it was user-friendly and conveyed the desired message effectively. I set up my development environment, which had its fair share of challenges, but was crucial for a smooth workflow. I made the necessary changes to the codebase, which involved changing copy from feature tiles, removing feature tiles, refactoring the layout of the tiles from 3x2 to 4x1, and removing unnecessary supporting code, all while adhering to project guidelines and coding standards. I ensured my contribution passed automated tests, safeguarding the integrity of the project. Let's talk about what went smoothly. Once my development environment was set up, navigating through the codebase was relatively easy due to the structure of the project. This allowed me to pinpoint the necessary targeted changes. While it was my first time using Svelte, its familiarity with other languages made the learning curve manageable. I was able to make a meaningful contribution to the project. Many times, meaningful code is subtractive in addition to or in place of being additive. This means removing or changing existing code in the proper way. Testing was made easy thanks to automated testing in the project through Node. This helped me confirm that my changes didn't introduce any new issues. Of course, there were challenges along the way. The biggest hurdle was setting up my development environment. It took several days of research, troubleshooting, and discussions with Everett, the contributor, to get past a hurdle of invalid file names in the project on my system. This was a valuable learning experience in problem solving and collaboration. Additionally, I initially made the mistake of submitting an improperly formatted commit message. However, this too was a valuable lesson in the importance of following project-specific guidelines, and I corrected it. Also, I forgot to remove code that became redundant with changes to other code that I made, but I rectified that oversight during the development process. To me, this highlighted the significance of code cleanliness and maintaining a lean codebase. So, what did I learn from this experience? DRIPS has an amazing and supportive community of developers, which made the process enjoyable. The willingness of fellow contributors to offer guidance and mentorship was inspiring. Maintaining engagement during the contribution process was key to overcoming challenges. Regular communication with the project's maintainers and contributors allowed for a smoother workflow. In conclusion, my contribution was accepted and merged into the project codebase. My journey with DRIPS was a valuable learning experience, not just in terms of coding, but also in teamwork and problem solving. I'll definitely be sending a big thank you to the DRIPS team for their support and mentorship. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to more contributions in the future.